You're not lost. If you feel like your mind is everywhere and your feelings are pulling you in every direction, then listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you, to show you, is not a belief, it's a real system that shows you where you are inside yourself. In the Norse myth, the world tree is called Yggdrasil. And most people see it like it's a myth, a story, but it's actually something more. If you look closer, it's also a map. Here you can see an old depiction of Yggdrasil and all the creature that lives in Yggdrasil. In the top you see the hawk and the eagle. In the bottom you see the dragon or snake. And also there's a squirrel running up and down the trunk. And 4 stags in the middle eating up the branches. Yggdrasil is the world tree in Norse mythology. It's a giant sacred ash tree. It connects the 9 worlds, and it's the center of the cosmos. Its branches and roots spans across these worlds. And the worlds are home for gods, for humans, for giant and yeta, for dwarfs, and for the dead. Most people look at this drawing and see an old story about the gods and the worlds. Of course, all of these worlds and all of these creatures are not just worlds and creatures. They are also symbolic. Not in a fantasy way, but in a real structural way. Most people look at this drawing and see an old story about the gods and the worlds. They see fantasy worlds with fantasy creatures. But if you look closer, you can see something else. You can see a map of reality. And what is more important, a map of your inner world. Of course, all of the creatures are symbols, and all of the worlds are also symbols in a sense. Not like fantasy, but symbols in the sense of structure, a way to describe patterns that are still active inside you. You can think of Yggdrasil like a living coordinate system. It's not a flat map, it's more like a dynamic system of structure. The scholars disagree on where the different worlds are placed in the tree. And I can understand this, because if you see the world as a representation of a mental state, of course it's not easy to place them. But what they agree on is, at the top, there's Asgard, there's Vanaheim, and there's Alfheim. They are all like mental worlds. In the middle, we have Midgard. That's our world. That's our 3D worlds. And by the roots, we have all the darker worlds like Hell, and like Jotunheim, and like Svartalfheim. The 2 worlds that are left are Muspelheim and Niflheim. They're more like forces. Muspelheim is like a fiery energy, whereas Niflheim is the cold and frozen world. What I found is that we have like 3 directions that are natural. In the middle, we have the direction between Asgard, that is our higher self, Midgard, that is our present, and Hell, that is our subconscious. Then there is the direction between chaos and order. Chaos is in Jotunheim, where the Jeder, the giant, lives, and Vanaheim are in the world of the god of Freya and Frey. That's order, that's cyclus, that's nature. And of course, in the middle, we have our own world. The direction between Alfheim and Svartalfheim has to do with manifestation. In Alfheim, you get the idea, the vision, that's mental energy. And in Svartalfheim, the dwarf are making the thing you got the idea for concrete. And of course, in the middle, we have our 3D world where it actually manifests. The different directions represent different states. There's direction towards balance, towards overload, stillness, meaning. You are always somewhere inside the system. You're not fixed, but moving. Sometimes slowly, sometimes very fast, and often without you knowing it. There are movements where everything feels like too much. Your thoughts accelerate, your body feels tight and stressed. Everything becomes more intense. That's not random. That's a state of overload. That's a state where you're too much in Jotunheim. There's also moments where everything slows down. You feel distance, disconnected, almost numb. That's not weakness. That's a shutdown for protection. And then there's the middle, where you normally function. You do what you're supposed to do. But sometimes something is missing, a sense of aliveness. And then sometimes you have moments of flow. Sometimes you feel neutral. When you feel aligned, alive, you're in Vanaheim. Most people think of these shifts as random, but they're not. They are regulated by your nervous system. What you feel is not chaos. It's a response to information. And that information is constantly moving through you. Signal moves between different parts of your system, between your body, between your brain and your heart, between perception and feeling, between what you experience and how you interpret it. In the old stories, there's a messenger, a squirrel called Ratatosk. He's running up and down the tree carrying signals and messengers from the top to the roots. Just like in your body, signals move constantly, up and down. And what you feel depends on how those signals are processed. At the top of the tree, 4 deers or stags feed on the branches. They never stop. They are always there. They consume the leaves of the higher layer. Your perception, your understanding, your meaning. And because of that, your reality is shifting all the time. It is constantly being rewritten. Old interpretation fade, new one emerge. And this is why you can feel differently about the same situation on different days. Deep below, in the roots, something entirely different is happening. At the roots, you meet Nidhogg, the dragon. He gnaws at one of the three main roots of Yggdrasil. He's the force that slowly wears down the system. He can be stress or old traumas. Not just momentarily stress, but accumulated strain. This can be things you didn't process or things you didn't release. At one of the other roots, at Earth's well, you also find the Norns. The Norn are three deities who tends to the thread of fate and tends to the world tree by watering it. They are also forces. They constantly shape the system. They represent the past, the present, and what is to come. They are watering the tree. And that water is not just emotions, it's information. Everything you experience, everything you think, everything you carry around becomes your internal state. You don't change your life by fighting the emotions or talking about them all the time. You change your state by regulating your system. When you slow your breathing, when you bring your attention into your heart, and when you allow your feeling without restraining it, then the system reorganizes. Not instantly, but reliably. And once you see this, you stop asking, what is wrong with me? And instead you start asking, where am I in the system? And you understand where you are in the matrix. And that changes everything. We're taught how to think, we're taught how to function, we are taught how to perform, but nobody ever taught us how to understand what's happening inside of us. So, when something feels off, we assume that it's us that is the problem. But what if that feeling is just information? And what if it has a structure, a direction? But what if that feeling is not a mistake? What if it had information for us? Because every state you experience, it has structure, it has a position, it has a direction. And once you see that, everything changes. If you want to understand more, I created a simple 9-world matrix PDF. You can download it below. You're not lost, you're just somewhere in the system.